Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2025 National Fastpitch Championship held here in Fraser Park in Lower Hutt in the bottom of the North Island, and it's an absolute beautiful day it is. We've got Diamond 1 action for you here. We've got North Harbour in their maroon and black taking on Canterbury in their red and black, and should be a great game in prospect here for Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting. I'm Gary Rohihi. I'll be your play-by-play commentator. Joining me in colour for this one is Matt Jordan. Matt Jordan, welcome along, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to be. It's a real ding-dong battle between these two teams, I reckon.
I think you're right. You've got a very settled lineup as we see a bunt drop to move the runner across to two. We are actually in the bottom of the first innings, ladies and gentlemen. It was Canterbury that came up to bat, and they went out courtesy of two strikeouts by Pitterona doing the pitching, who's about to come in and do the batting for North Harbour. North Harbour with some early opportunity out there, as we see on the replay.
How's the coverage? Beautiful. Super slow-mo. We've got it all here.
Runners at 1 and 2 for North Harbour in this one. Pitterona up to bat. And there we see Liam Potts, Black Sox pitcher, getting ready to go. Low in the zone.
Hold on.
So, Matt, you and I are new to each other in this in the booth. I want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a gun for hire, basically. I shoot from the hip, as they say. But normally I'm doing a bit of the camera switching, the operating. But, you know, dire straits, desperate times, desperate measures. I get the call up. I didn't make the team, nor was I in the running for it for North Harbour. So, you know, you're stuck with me, unfortunately. But no place I'd rather be, really.
Awesome, awesome. So good to have you along. I'll quickly, just in a minute, we'll run you through some of the lineups. We haven't been able to do that yet. There's no score in the ball game. We are in the bottom of the first innings. Just a little bit of a delayed start to proceedings here. Nice pitch by Liam Potts. Called a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Tony Kairuna doing the calling behind the plate out there. He's joined out there by Tama Howard and Robbie Saggrove. This time it's Pitterona. Picks the walk, loads the bases.
Dangerous prospect with Hohepa Monk coming up. Black Sock himself loves the pressure batting.
Absolutely, and there's a bit of a contrast here because North Harbour in recent years have really pushed themselves into contention in major tournaments, courtesy of some fine development that's gone on in that association. Canterbury, however, are a mixture of youth and experience, but they've been a very settled lineup for a number of years. Not too much differences to the team that's run out on Diamond 1 here to the team that ran out on Diamond 1 here at the last National Fastpitch Championship.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of experience in both sides, and I would say this game, or between these two teams, are definitely two of the hottest contenders in the tournament.
Well, in a tournament that should be full of contenders, obviously we've got your major associations represented here with North Harbour and Canterbury in front of us, but also Auckland, Wellington, Hutt Valley, Otago, and Hawke's Bay. All vying for the right to be called the National Fastpitch Champion for 2025. We see Hohepa Monk here up here going to work. He is, as Matt said, current Black Sox. Both teams bristling with Black Sox.
Yep.
Catcher, Cam Watts, and the starting pitcher, number 14, Liam Potts.
Look at that super slow-mo peeling in, just clipped it.
It's a nice pitch.
What do you think Heber's thinking here? He's looking. He wants to take a bite out of that, big time.
Yeah, I mean both teams are probably looking for a little bit of early advantage, but Hohepa's really it's all in his court, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because with none down, he's just struck out, and that's a nice comeback by Liam Potts to strike out Hohepa Monk to bring to bat number 18, Hugh Davies. But yeah, I mean, all the advantage with North Harbour at the moment, they've just got to get something out in the field, and that will, in all likelihood, score a run.
Yeah, they've got also a little bit of experience. Liam Potts was a pickup player for Northcote in the Vic Goose, which they won. So they've had a bit of time with him as well. Probably seen a little bit of his stuff. He's obviously, as well as the rest of them, a very competent pitcher. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, he's a pitcher that studies the art of it. He's very fit.
Oh, yeah.
He has come on to the stage probably in about the last 18 months, 2 years. Once he exited age grade, he's really come on in leaps and bounds. You can see a nice pitch through the zone. But he really does mix it up with just outside the zone, in fact, according to Mr. Kairuna.
I was just waiting to see what was happening there. I thought that looked okay, but that's softball for you.
So, yeah, and he really arrived once he got named in the Black Sox squad. And no surprises from anyone, the quality that you're going to get from this man now. He's not going to sneak up on anybody.
He's guys like him at his age, he's definitely the future. It's good to see him get in and blooded early and, see that international scene.
Absolutely. Of course, sitting on the bench for them in number 22, Ben Watts. Been a Black Sox for a long time himself. It is now a real luxury for Canterbury to have two pitchers of that quality.
Swing miss, 2-2.
Two balls, two strikes. It is on Hugh Davies. He's listed as the DP in this one. Another one of the very experienced players in the North Harbour side.
Yep, he's certainly done his fair share of just tipped off there, representative softball, and he's had a hell of a season with the stick. He's in club level, he's been really, really good.
Well, North Harbour as an association have really risen now, and in all age grades and at all national tournaments are really very much competing for the at the sharp end of tournaments they go to. No longer what you would call in the developmental stage. They have arrived.
Yep. We've gone from, at one point there was only one. Well, once upon a time there was plenty of Prem sides in the Harbour comp, and then it dwindled down to one. And then Roosters came along. Then Northcote dropped off. Northcote are back, and now there's about 7 or 8 clubs that are all kind of working towards getting that top level now.
And it is Liam Potts who pulls the strings on that one for his second strikeout. Still got a load of bags out there in North Harbour, so they won't want to waste this one, and they'll be disappointed in themselves if they go back to the dugout with no score on the board, with having loaded the bags with none out.
Yep.
Swing miss. Oh, well.
Really is hitting some nice spots out there.
Yep. It's a good battle by Potts coming back from this. Some mental fortitude there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Third strike.
And one...
just flooded it in there.
He did. It looked a little bit higher and more outside than the previous one that we thought might have been a strike. We won't criticise umpire Kairuna. He's one of the best around.
I'd rather be in here than out there doing his job.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He's the one that's got to make the call. As it sounds like somebody's trying to drill into the booth.
Yeah.
Come in without using the door.
Okay.
Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's one innings complete, and it's Canterbury that do indeed get out of that situation, courtesy of some Liam Potts magic on the mound. 3 strikeouts. We'll find out what happens as we get into the second innings, and we come back in just a minute.
Not too hard once you get it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the second innings here at the National Fastpitch Championship, Diamond 1. It's North Harbour taking on Canterbury. Just as we're getting into this innings, I'll just take you quickly through the Canterbury lineup. Leading off for them was Leon Lum. He was followed by Callum Bishop, then Jackson Watt. Currently in the batter's box, the legend Tyrone Bartarillo. Bailey Hamilton comes after him, then Ruben Elkins. Mitchell Finney is followed by Cam Watson. Rounding out that order is Curtis Dove. Defensively out there for North Harbour will start in right field. It's Hohepa Monk. Levi Wilson at centre. Nick Lanigan at left. Caleb Rona does the job at shortstop. In the hot corners, Josh Kingy, Brock Attawell at second base. Seth Gibson at first base. Catching is Curtis Tompkins, and doing the pitching out there, the tall man himself, Pitarona. And he just strikes out Tyrone Bartarello for the first out.
Caught him looking on that outside edge there.
Well, the quality of the pitching that we've got out there, Matt, could see this turn into quite a pitcher's duel.
Absolutely. Both sides have a bit of everything, really. Fantastic pitching, great batting by both sides. So, yeah, you just don't know what's going to happen. There's a bit of wind out there too. Yep. A few gazebos have fallen by the wayside already. I didn't know Wellington was known for wind at all, actually. I thought it was a picturesque town, but yeah, apparently it's quite windy here.
It's funny, when it comes to Wellington's wind, I don't do sarcasm, so.
Yeah.
But there we go. There is a bit of a gentle breeze out there. I mean, we get a southerly out here of 30, 40 knots, and you know, in Auckland they declare a national emergency. In Wellington, though, that's just a gentle breeze.
Oh, they'll shut the Harbour
Bridge down. That's just a sad day afternoon, you know.
Yeah, they shut the Harbour Bridge down in Auckland now when it gets windy.
Oh, nice.
Someone tipped a truck and bring the entire of the North Island to a standstill, really.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really does. Oh, there's Pitarona with that nasty change-up that we all know he possesses. Strikes out number 2 for the second innings.
4 Ks already for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the tallies are by the end of the game for both players. I had the pleasure of doing commentary in the Heartland Championship last week in Palmerston North, and we saw a pitcher's duel there. That was very much. It was Franklin that lost that grand final, but the Mexican player on the pitcher on display in that game, 12 strikeouts. So.
Far out.
And still managed to lose it, so it certainly wasn't because of him. And that tournament won by North Harbour.
Yeah, it's a great tournament too, that Heartland. It's just an opportunity for the guys who are in and around the NFC kind of selection to have a crack and experience this kind of tournament.
Well, that speaks a heck of a lot to the depth in North Harbour softball, that they could have a team contest the grand final last week in the Heartland Championship, immediately follow it up with a entirely different team we see here at the National Fastpitch Championship. Of course, that is the reasoning behind the Heartland Championship.
Yeah.
And that is to give players from other associations the opportunity to play some national championship softball.
Wow, that's close.
Pitter was on his way to the dugout. He was sure.
Yeah. You got to sell it.
You got to sell it, mate. You got to sell it.
Yeah.
Tony Kaiaruna, the umpire there, though, he disagreed.
Yep. Here we go.
This time, 3 straight strikeouts. It is for Rona, who is establishing himself in this ball game. That's the top of the second complete. Still no score in the ball game. We'll be back with more action when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the bottom of the second innings there. Just while I get the opportunity, we'll quickly do the lineups once again. This time in reverse order. We'll start with the North Harbour batting lineup, and we'll go to the top of their order, even though that's already been through. And that is Caleb Verona. He was followed by Seth Gibson, then Pitarona, Hohepa Monk, Hugh Davies, Brock Attewell, Josh Kingy, Curtis Tompkins. Rounding out their order is Levi Wilson. Defensively for Canterbury out there, right field, Jackson Watt. Leon Lum at centre, Callum Bishop at left. Curtis Dove at shortstop. And it is Tyron Barterillo in the hot corner. Mitchell Finney at second, Ruben Elkins at first base. Liam Potts doing the pitching into the vastly experienced Cam Watts. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the second innings coming up. So far, it has been a bit of a pitcher's fest with 6, 7, 8 strikeouts shared out between the two pitchers.
Swing miss, 1-2.
Both pitchers using that change-up to great effect at the moment. Normally, Matt, once the batters have been through the order and they get a second look is when you might see a few fireworks start.
Swing miss, strike 3. One out.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. The level of batting here, I mean, these are fantastic pitches, but you can't, it's such a dangerous game leaving a pitcher out there too long. You're going to find out the hard way sooner or later. But, yeah, there's so much depth in both teams. They've just spoiled for choice, so, yeah.
Very good to see the amount of depth throughout the tournament. Should be a feature and should provide us with a tournament that's as good as any we've seen in recent memory.
Yep.
And that is just from my experience of this year of some of the tournaments I've already done, where we've already seen some great depth throughout age grade into the Heartland Championship last week, and obviously with some of the club tournaments that have already gone on around the country.
Yeah, yeah. There's certainly some provinces that are coming through. Hutt Valley, you know, they've got some young guys coming through that look seriously dangerous. Franklin, man, I don't know what's in the water out there, but there's some fantastic ball going on.
Franklin and counties, that whole sort of area is becoming a bit of a hotbed.
Yeah. There's some good coaching going on there, getting some good interest in the sport, and it's really easy when you start winning, you get more people involved, and you know, it's just getting over that line at the start.
This time it's TK who fires the batter on one that goes through the inside of the plate. Curtis Tompkins not necessarily happy with that one as he heads back to the dugout.
No, I'll be questioning him about that after the game to see how he feels about it.
I don't think there's any questions needed. I think everybody who saw his face on that one knew exactly how he felt about it.
Well, he knows better than to get too upset as he's behind the dish catching. And
he's the one who's going to have to establish the rapport.
Running slap here.
Oh, and the throw is overthrown. He's going to 2. And now we've got a rundown situation. Bang, it's Barterillo that sends him back, and he's dodged the play.
Oh, wow.
He did a great job. He was looking for interference there, but it's not going to be given.
He's on his knees begging for it. He's not going to get it.
Please, please, please.
Just bit off a little bit more than he can chew, but it was a good spectacle.
Well, there we go. That was Levi Wilson, who should have been standing up at first base. And but 2 complete now, and it's going through so fast I can't keep up with it. No score. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Your world, your colour, your choice with Racine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the 2025 National Fastpitch Championship. Here at Fraser Park, we've got Diamond 1 action. Canterbury taking on North Harbour in this one as we see a high pop fly get taken out there by Caleb Rona at shortstop.
Very casual Kathy with that one, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah, they're all baseball styles these days. They refuse to use two hands. But he's come back on the illegal pitch.
Illegal pitch. Hang on a minute. Hold the line, caller.
Be interesting to see what that might have been on, but it's so hard to tell these days.
Yeah. There's been a couple of illegal pitches already called, so they've obviously having a bit of a crackdown on it, which is fair enough.
Do it early in the tournament.
Yep.
Set the tone. That's Mitchell Finney out there doing the batting, left side of the box. Experienced player now. He's been in the system for a few years with Canterbury.
It's deja vu all over again. He's moving for it.
A long way up in the air. That is very well done out there by Josh Kingy.
Yeah, Mr. Consistent. Good out there for North Harbour.
Replay of the illegal pitch out or not out. As we see Mitchell Finney flying the club colours on his head. There we go. Coach is out there for Canterbury, Paul Delator and Callum Muir. Just mixing things up. Curtis.
It's up.
Nice catch. Curtis Tompkins feel a little bit better about the game now with a catch like that.
Yep.
Back into it. 2 down this time. Buck in the trend. No strikeouts so far. And it is number 3, Curtis Dove. Bottom of the order for Canterbury. Coming into a bat. Hutt Valley Association have really managed to put a picture on for us again as far as the facility goes. It is a very fine facility to hold a national tournament in with the artificial turf. And, of course, the pahutakawas and conifers around the diamond, around the ground. Quite a picture.
Yeah, they call it the home of softball. And I can see why. I mean, gazebos, probably not the best place to have it, but, you know, we're not here to look at gazebos, are we?
You'll notice the ones with the Hutt Valley Association written on them.
Yeah.
Are surviving just nicely, so they know how to do it.
I can see about 45,000 black zip ties on them, I think.
It's the one. It's the one. Zip ties. The screwdriver of the gazebo world. Jack of all trades for them.
It's up.
Pop straight back to Caleb Rona at pitcher, and that's what a pitcher likes. Not throwing many pitches in an innings. 3 down here now in the 3rd innings. Top of 3rd complete. Still no score in what's become a very tight ball game. We'll be back in just a minute with more action. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the bottom of the third innings of what's become a very, very tight and exciting ball game between North Harbour and Canterbury. 0-0 is the score. We're getting into the middle stanzas of this game now, and it is still Liam Potts rearing back and firing them in for Canterbury. Strike one on the first batter up. We're back to the top of the order, which means it should be, or will be, number 6, Caleb Verona.
Shortened up on his grip a little bit here.
Yeah, and he's pop-flied one out. It's coming down right on top of the shortstop, who makes no mistake about fielding that one out there. It's Curtis Dove for the first out.
Regulation out for them. Lefty up to bat, Seth Gibson.
Seth made the move to North Harbour a couple of years ago.
Last season, his first season with Northcote, yeah.
Out of Auckland.
Yep, out of the Auckland. He was in Howick. He might have been playing, well, he's Howick originally, him and Hugh Davies, and maybe even Kingy. But yeah, he's awesome. Great team guy.
Yeah. Extremely competitive.
Man, I don't know how much, he doesn't, I've never seen him drink an energy drink, but I wouldn't be surprised if he
doesn't need it.
He's bouncing off the walls, man. Yeah. He is awesome. Always just getting into the lads, firing them up. Yeah, he's an ultra competitor. Kind
of the ultimate teammate. He's been there or thereabouts in Black Sox mind for 2 or 3 years now. Not this time for him, however, as he strikes out, becomes another victim for Liam Watts. Pitarona, number 16, the man who for many years now has been at the forefront of our sport here in New Zealand and has probably elevated himself in the eyes of many to the premier pitching spot in the Black Sox as well.
Yeah, well, he went into that qualifying tournament as a utility.
Yeah.
And he ended up being the guy.
Yeah, being man on the mound, you know. And
being the guy.
Yeah, good on him for grabbing the opportunity too.
Yep.
Strike 1-1.
Nice pitch for Liam Potts. Gets that rise ball going. When it hits the top of that zone, very hard to do anything with.
It's a big zone on
it's
hitter
a big
too.
Zone, all right. Oh, probably the best part of 6'8" or so of him.
4-2-1.
Our pitchers probably don't quite tell it because Tony Kairuna is no shorter.
No, he's a unit.
Yeah.
He's a unit. He's not getting pushed around by anyone.
No. TK's a decent sized lad. Nice.
Yeah. Great looking pitch there.
Really is using all the tricks against what is one of the country's premier batters. Not just one of the great pitchers in our country at the moment.
Yeah. Check swing on this guy can go a long way, as I've found out. Oh yeah, just try to bait him into that that one again there. Just chucking a little bit wider, but he's too wily for that one.
Don't know about you, Matt, but I would have swung hard at that. That looked close to me.
Yeah.
I would have been. It was a brave man to stay off that pitch.
Yeah.
This time he pulls the strings on one and gets the third out.
Yeah, took a bit of mustard off the hot dog.
3 outs for the bottom of the third innings. There's still no score as they head back to the dugouts. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park. Sorensen Field it is, Diamond 1, and it is Canterbury taking on North Harbour here in the 2025 National Fastpitch Championship. 0-0 ball game, tight as can be, and it is 3 innings complete. Here in the top of the 4th, it's Canterbury at the top of their order, number 11, Leon Lum. North Harbour so far the only team with any real clear opportunity to score, and that was in the first innings where they managed to load up the bases. But since then, Matt, I'm pretty sure that it has been a bit of a progression as far as outs go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's working for it. Oh, no. It's a Barry Crocker shocker out there.
Oh, there we go,
Just
mate.
as well it was
fell
foul.
right in between two players out there. He should have been talking.
Yeah. Man, Kingy's having to cover quite a bit of ground already. It's, yeah, there's a swirl up there, but...
Neither
yeah.
one of them really wanted to be under it. You could tell, because it was just moving around.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, lucky for Leon Lum as he manages to stay out there.
Having a look, maybe he had a bit of a check swing on it. No good.
Rona, it is, the rears back, gets ready to go again.
Oh,
this time
early on it.
Just turns the hips early on that one.
Yeah. Maybe thought that that ball was coming early and then just popped it over there. But he's battling. He's just trying to get his team someone on base, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And you can really see the coaches come into the game if that happens. Once you get a few bodies out there.
Got him in the end.
One out.
One down.
Got to be confident chucking that ball a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
at a net bat.
Yeah, somebody eventually will sit back on it, but he got away with it. And with the quality of his change-up, he'll get away with it more often than anyone else as well.
It'd be a frustrating thing to come up against, especially when it's been biffed at you 3 times in a row.
Yes, I do know what that's like.
Oh, 1-0.
It's not the most... it's not the most honourable thing to be struck out by three straight
can make you look like a right goose.
Yeah, but it has happened.
He's swinging in about 10 minutes later, the ball goes past you. You're like, oh, thanks.
Full strike, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike. Number 16, Callum Bishop. Another player, a long time in the Canterbury system.
Yeah, he's definitely qualified to be here. He's been a real good crunch time batter as well.
One of those guys who never gives you a bad game.
Nah.
Just sit out and out professional. Again, has been in and around the national thinking for a few years as well.
Yep.
This time he's hit one out to second base. It's beautifully eaten up out there by Attawell. And what a play by Attawell to take the out of one.
Oh, my Lord. Where did that come from? I didn't think he got it.
I thought it had gone through the glove. And there's the replay. You see the dive, the snap back to one.
That is a do or die play.
That is an absolute stone cold out as well.
Oh, wow.
Nice call by umpire Howard out there. Bang, bang play.
Oh, that's up
This
the
one's hit hard up the middle.
Oh,
It's beating the glove out there at centre field. And no surprises there as it's Jackson Watt with the stand-up double.
Man, he hit that hard, didn't he?
The Canterbury equivalent of Wayne Laulu.
Yeah, hype train.
Oh, he's a big fella, solid.
Yeah.
He can
Swings
hit.
hard.
Yep.
Brings to plate, number 8, place.
He's great after the tournament as well.
I dare to say that Wayne is as well.
Yeah.
A lot of
Really looks
similarities
after the
there.
local entertainment and, you know, likes to put money over the bar.
Jackson Watt standing out there at second for Canterbury. This time it's just hit gently down to first base. Seth Gibson tidies that one up.
And there we go.
And that is 3 out, but Canterbury do manage to get a runner on base, something they haven't done in the ball game so far. We'll be back in the bottom of the 4th innings in just a minute. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here now in the bottom of the 4th innings, it is. And it is a no score in this very tight ball game as we see Hohepa Monk, number 9 for North Harbour, coming up to bat in this game between Canterbury and North Harbour. Diamond 1 action, we're on Sorensen Field. And joining me in the commentary booth for a quick chat and to enlighten us is Craig Waterhouse from Hawke's Bay. Craig, welcome along. Good to see you.
Hey, mate. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks, Craig.
From Jason territory, eh?
From Jason's home patch, yes, you are.
I've got stories about him too.
Have
mate.
you? Well,
yeah.
we might ask you to tell us one or two, Craig. But how about just give us a little bit of a brief outline on your own involvement in softball, which I know has been very in-depth over many years.
Jeez, Christ, you've only got 5 minutes,
You've only got
mate.
5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
just the bullet points, yeah.
I mean, we started off Fun in the Sun
Yep.
many, many years ago. We've been involved in forming a couple of clubs, Fastpitch, Dodgers, Havelock North, Blue Sox and Palmerston North, and recently Mets when a whole lot of players come back from playing in Wellington. So.
Nice one. Obviously, full involvement. And what about the situation in softball in Hawke's Bay? Healthy? Is it coming along? Is it expanding?
If you compare it to North Harbour, it's not too good. If you compare it to Hutt and Wellington, and we've got 6 senior teams.
That compares very well.
You know, and the 5th senior team, or 6th senior team, is the pitcher was top pitcher at the under 17. So the pitching staff ain't that bad. Number 3's got a guy that was in the juniors for a while, and number 4.
So the young talent's still coming through?
I wouldn't say it's coming through. We're still struggling in the junior numbers in the morning.
Yeah. There we go. Well, I just came in from the Heartland tournament last week. We broadcast there. What a great concept that was. I thought Hawke's Bay would have been tailor-made for coming for that one, but I wasn't aware that they were at the National Fastpitch Championship.
Mate,
So,
if we
yeah.
was a bit more lead time, I think we would have had a team there as well. We had a couple of pitches there. There was certainly enough players that didn't make this team that could have made the Heartlands team, and so handy to Hawke's Bay. You know, you could have travelled up on the Thursday morning, and there's only 2 nights accommodation.
And the Hawke's Bay team itself at this tournament, how do you think they're shaping up? Though I know they just played the 9 o'clock game here on Diamond 1.
I think that's probably a good summary. 3-2. We took a few hits. Probably Auckland were unlucky with runners on. They didn't score. We probably got more hits in a row than they did. I think if it had gone another innings, you wouldn't have seen Floyd Nola stay out there.
Yeah, nice one. So a team that's looking to be competitive, a team that's looking to win a few games in the tournament.
Yeah, that was their first game together. The catcher arrived 10 minutes to 9. Or actually it was probably 7 minutes to 9, so he hadn't caught to Adam before.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty rusty start. You can saw with the throw to 2 at one play where no one was there. They haven't really trained together as the complete team because of the pickups, but they've got a point to prove, and they've got some solid players that have been around for a while. That have been Wellington and the Hawke's Bay representatives for a while.
Well, there's a nice segue into that. Adam Woon, he was a name that was on everyone's lips 2 or 3 years ago when he really did emerge to the point where he got named in the Black Sox. Good to see him back in and doing well and playing pitching well as well.
Yeah, no, he's contributing a lot to Softball. He's chairman of the club he's involved with. Saints are doing well, and he plays for Papanui in the Canterbury competition.
Nice one. So he's commuting from Hastings.
Just the 7 games you need to get into for clubs.
Oh, okay.
He spent most of prior to Christmas. He was only away 1 weekend. He's got a few weekends, and we sort of adjust the draw to give him as many midweek games as we can. And the boys want to play against him. They don't want to win the competition without him on the mound.
Outside of Hawke's Bay in the tournament itself, who do you think is going to go well and sort of kind of shape up to be there at the sharp end of the tournament? I know it's a bit early at the moment to make those sorts of predictions, but
it's probably who's got the best pitching staff, and Auckland are probably in that camp more than anyone else. So it'll be interesting if they survive to the end. Canterbury have got a few. Josh Kelly was in the Black Sox, so be interesting to how he goes for Canterbury. So it's probably those two, and in the women, of course, it's Hawke's Bay all the way.
Well, of course, that's the other thing we should mention is that the women's tournament is playing at the same time as the men's tournament here at Fraser Park, the National Fastpitch tournament. That'll be an extremely competitive tournament as well, with games going on over there all day on Diamond 2. So if you manage to get a look at that, do so because that will be some fantastic softball as well. I think possibly Auckland in that one as well, do you think?
Nah, Hawke's Bay, mate.
Hawke's Bay?
They've got an Australian pitcher that plays in the American Professional League.
Yep.
They've got probably 6 ex-White Sox players playing for them. They've got, depends how some of their older stamina holds up. They just beat Wellington, I think, 3-0 or 3-1.
Oh, nice one. So be good to see Hawke's Bay come through in the women's competition there.
Well, the only minor association that's here with women's and men's teams. And, Softball New Zealand probably need to look how they can make that happen easier.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting one because, obviously we would like to see more associations involved. But I think possibly that's why the Heartland Championship was set up, to cater for that as well.
Certainly it was. Yep. The Manawatu did a fantastic job, fantastic facilities and fantastic group of volunteers.
Absolutely, they were amazing. I'll tell you what was good in that tournament, Craig, was I did the commentary on the grand final for the women, and it was Marlborough versus Manawatu. Yep. How good was that?
Yep.
I mean, what I'm talking about is it wasn't one of the major associations.
No, it was very good.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
Lawrence Allen, who's chairman of Marlborough now, has done a fantastic job since he come back from Prague. It's just growing softball there, and he's a very talented softball coach, very talented and very relaxed. He's not confrontational and doesn't get angry with the umpires.
No, you're right. Lawrence has come back, and it seems to be, Craig, wherever he goes, he manages to get softball up and going to another level. So anyway, it's been fantastic having you come along and share your wisdom with us. Just give us a final appraisal of this game. How do you see this one going?
I still think Canterbury will be in it. Just a matter of time, really.
Yeah, nice one.
If they're not, that'll be. I would consider it an upset.
Excellent. All right, Craig. Well, it's been fantastic having you along, and good luck for the rest of the tournament as well, to you and the rest of the Hawke's Bay team.
Thanks, mate.
And cheers. We'll see you throughout the tournament. All the best. Appreciate it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here in the game, and it was 1-2-3 up and 3 down again for North Harbour in the bottom of the 4th. We're now into the top of the 5th with Canterbury batting. And up there it says Ruben Elkins with 1 out. Still no score in this ball game. We're 2/3 of the way through now, and it is extremely tight. Once again, it is Pita Rona that just pulls the strings on that pitch for yet another strikeout. Strikeout number 7 I make on that one. Well, welcome back. Not too much has changed in this one since we had Craig come in.
So it's still a pitcher's duel, is that what you're saying?
Very much so. Very much so. Both teams, very hard to get bodies in motion out there, and it's what they're going to need. Craig seemed to think it was just a matter of time before Canterbury opened things up.
Oh, I perish of thought. I'm quite enjoying this. You know? Tit for tat. Well, I wouldn't say tit for tat, but as far as the pitching going. But yeah, they're just both teams just trying to get their eye in. And
yeah, absolutely. We're in the 5th innings now, and so we're getting into the later innings. I'm not sure what happens in the event of a tie in the tournament. I don't know what the rule is.
No, I don't know what the dress code is either.
Yeah.
No ties, no good. Yeah. I wonder whether we go to tiebreaker, but I hope so.
Maybe a little bit too early.
That's a hell of a way to start a tournament for coming in and straight into a tiebreaker with a top side.
Caleb Rona just keeps putting the quality out there. He struck the 3rd batter here out in the 5th innings, and still no score in the ball game. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome.
I think we're back, aren't we?
We're back. We're back. We had a couple of aborted goes at it, but we are back. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, as we see a little bit of concern just for a hit pitch on the catcher. Cam Watts, but he is enormously tough, this fella. Obviously been a Black Sox catcher as well. There we go. We are in the bottom of the 5th innings. Josh Kingy up to bat, number 25 for North Harbour. Interesting, some viewpoints there from Craig Waterhouse, giving us the inside scoop on Hawke's Bay softball and how well that's getting along. Good to see them fighting hard. Got themselves a competitive team at the National Fastpitch Championship. Went down to Auckland in the 9 o'clock game here on Diamond, won by 3 runs to 2, I think it was. So nice close game there.
Yeah, it was 3-2, yeah, and I thought he was quite right in his remarks. If that went on a little bit longer, anything could have happened. That's the first. Was that the first pass ball we've seen?
Be close to it.
Yeah.
They've both been pitching with great control.
Yeah.
And might go to your point about when either team will make a pitching substitution. Although I'm yet to see any movement as far as bullpens go. Straight back into work is Liam Potts. his combination with Cam Watts, although Cam Watts will make any pitcher look good. He is that good a catcher, in my opinion. Very organised. He knows how to run a game and call his pitches and strikes.
You can put him with any pitcher as well, you know. He's just that good. There you go.
Josh Kingy strikes out, becomes another victim in this race to 10. We'll call it for the strikeouts for the two pitchers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Liam Potts, just slightly ahead of that count. Very much in control. Has an enormous range to his pitches. Most pitchers will come in with maybe 3 and maybe an extra one. Well, it looks to me like Liam Potts has got 4 or 5, possibly even 6 variations of his pitching out there.
Yeah, he's got good good control on his speed as well. Both the pitchers do. And that just being able to hide, and adjust your speed without the batters picking up on it, such a big advantage. He can just take a little bit off it when he needs it, and they're all over top of it and all sorts. Oh, God, there must be some kind of breach in the security here. I've just seen a reprobate walk past the commentary booth. It's concerning.
Yep.
Concerning.
Yeah. Got that smile on his face. He means trouble.
Yeah.
Damian Collins, welcome to the ball game. There we go.
He forgot to get time off work, I heard. So it's If you've ever seen, the term Barry Crocker Chakra as a person, Damo Collins, there he is.
Nice one. Good welcome, eh? Great welcome. There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It is Curtis Tompkins up to bat. For North Harbour, no score in this ball game, ladies and gentlemen. In case you hadn't heard me say it before, it is a very, very tight affair. And this time it is another strikeout as Liam Potts continues to line him up and knock him down. Number 24, Levi Wilson, comes in for a bat.
You were right. Yeah, it's 2 out. Yeah. It is bottom of 5, correct?
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, we're good. Just double checking,
Going well.
making sure all the crew that, we're a well-oiled machine here.
To be well oiled in the first game of the broadcast for a 4-day tournament.
It's uncharacteristic, isn't it?
We're doing extremely well, yeah. We'll ignore the fact that we came into the broadcast in the second innings. Bottom of the first innings. Anyway, it is North Harbour who are getting beaten up at the moment by the pitching of Liam Potts.
Yeah, there's no cracks in his armour yet, is there?
Not yet. Through 5 innings of work. Young man's a bit of an animal in the gym, so he's not likely to fade anytime soon either.
No, but it does affect his post-match celebrations if there's a few libations involved, I've noticed.
Oh, yeah, the body's a temple. Body's a temple, especially for a young pitcher.
Carter can't remain. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And of course, we all know it's not like softball; it's to enjoy a drink or two after the softball's finished.
Dare I say it's a sport built around community and celebration and socialisation. There he is.
3 straight strikeouts for a row in the bottom of the 5th inning says a lot. Says volumes for the way Liam Potts is dominating at the moment. Still no score in the ball game. We'll head to the 6th innings, and we'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it is the 6th innings. That's right, it has gone past very fast. This is the 11 o'clock ball game. It's not even 10 past 12 yet. So this ball game is going through in the blink of an eye, and if we get 7 innings in less than an hour and a half, that is a quick game of softball.
So that's a real ding-dong battle, you could say.
A ding-dong battle. There's one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Chalk them up.
Yeah,
Let us know every time Matt Jordan says that. Will you put it on the comments?
Yeah. That and check your phone because he's about to get rung up.
That sounds like a chopper one, though, that one.
Oh, he steals all the sayings.
Yeah. I wondered where he got him from. Not that imaginative.
Yeah, he's a pickpocket.
Right, there we go. It's Pitterona who is doing his part in this pitcher's duel, and it is definitely a pitcher's duel now. Pitching it into Curtis Tompkins, another one of the very experienced catchers we've got on display at this tournament. A few years ago, Matt, there was a bit of a worry about catching quality in this country. Well, I think that has well and truly been resolved. We've got very many quality catchers.
Yeah, and some of them, you think of guys like Tawita Bishop and things like that floating around. You're like, sport for choice.
Yeah, you are.
But you look at some of the other countries out there, Australia and obviously Argentina, and you look at ISC, how many pitches are coming out of the woodworks, and a lot of them are chucking over like 130 k's an hour.
I know, right?
That's the standard.
I saw the grand final at ISCs this year, and you had the young Marco Diaz who pitches for the United States, actually.
Yeah, he does now.
Pitching against Jack Beesgrove in the grand final, and I mean, our guys should aspire to get to that quality.
Oh, man.
And that speed.
Yeah. I mean, speed isn't everything, but it's definitely something.
Well, it's another weapon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, in your armour, and it can, even at this level, get you out of trouble.
Yeah.
It can also get you in trouble because we know it's not much of a spring required
Yeah.
to launch it. But
the faster it goes in,
the faster it goes out, exactly. So it's an interesting one, but no, I think our catching stocks are looking very healthy at the moment.
Yeah.
Cam Watts it is who becomes the latest victim for Pitterona. Who has now racked up 9 strikeouts, and we're in the 6th inning, so he's got an opportunity to add to that. We'll see what number 3's shortstop Curtis Dove has to say about that. It's a contact hitter. He can get it out there as well, but he's also got a lot of speed around the diamond. As he sits back and looks to run out of the front of the box.
Yep, he went.
No ball, 2 strikes it is. 1 down. Here in the 6th inning, Canterbury batting. He just lines it out to Josh Kingy at third base, who fires it across the diamond to Seth Gibson for the 2nd out.
Yep, right in the bread basket there for Kingy.
Now batting, the leader, number 11.
No one, it would be fair to say, other than the first innings when North Harbour loaded the bases, has looked
It's hard to
likely
believe
score.
that actually happened now. How tight it's been.
It is exactly right. In the context of the ball game, we talked about how disappointed North Harbour would have been in that first innings. Well, it's become huge for them not to have scored in that innings, as it's turned out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute laser beam on the inside of the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a grandstand view, I suppose you would say. Our commentary box is directly behind the umpire's right shoulder. We have a wonderful spot to watch these pitchers go to work as we see a wonderfully athletic job by Seth Gibson, who scoops it up and takes
Quick as you like.
out. Leon Lummer was that time.
Yep. He was
For the
quick too,
third
man.
out.
Really quick to
Leon
get there, but
Lummer's
not quick enough.
Very quick. There we go. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th innings. Once again, still no score. We'll be back with more action in just a minute. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's a beautiful shot of the hills out and around here in the Hutt Valley as we come back to Sorensen Field here for the 2025 National Fastpitch Championship. And what a ding-dong battle we've got going. Really.
Check the front door.
Just to steal one. But we see Caleb Rayner, it is, he pops it up and is caught out there by the man at first base, Ruben Elkins.
Yep.
Well, it is. We just talked about it off the mic. It is one of those old school battles, isn't it?
Yeah. I was saying, you know, my friends who don't follow softball or baseball, and they might ask what happened. Oh, it was a 6-9 or whatever, and they go, "Is that close?" It's like it's like a football match. It's supposed to be 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
that's the real. He's got to run. He's got to make it.
He's going to get there. He's going to get there this time.
Yes.
It's only just. Canterbury nearly mopped it up, but this time it's North Harbour.
Got the rub of the green there. It's such a close call.
Who give themselves an
Here
opportunity.
we go. Oh, he just got there.
Nice work by Seth Gibson. Never gives up, that man.
I don't know if he goes to the gym, but it sure looks like it.
Yep. Well, he was just on the action, the thick of it, just a second ago when he fielded.
He looks like he can move some serious freight. He built my deck, actually, did Seth. Deck with an E. And I've never seen a bloke manhandle a two-man post-hole borer like he has.
Oh, nice. Got the shoulders for
he
it.
put it through my foundations because I didn't pay the bill, but nevertheless, it was impressive.
Pitarona it is. If anyone's going to crack this ball game open, he's definitely capable of it.
He could do it all.
And North Harbour, bodies in motion. And there's only one down, which has been an unusual occurrence throughout this ball game.
Just outside there. Looking for that spot. Look at that edge.
We talked about the coaching and when they may look at making substitutions.
Yeah.
It's one of those
made it hard
things-
for them, haven't they?
It is. It's one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of things, you know. And, and it'll take until it breaks for them to look at it.
It's such a balancing act. You're going to find out the hard way. Either way, you change him over, the next guy gets put over the fence or something. You're going, well, I feel like a goose now. And you don't want to be playing duck, duck, goose in a game like this.
That's right. And here we go. 3 balls, no strikes. And this is very much the most pressure we've seen young Liam Potts under in this ball game since the first innings.
Yeah. I mean, it's arguably more now. We're in the pointy end of the game. You know, time's running out. Well, not time, but the innings are running out. Oh, yeah.
And he's come back. He's kept it low on a guy who likes it up in the zone. And is brushing the knees with strikes now. It's a full count. He's come back nicely.
If anything, Peter would be looking favourable at like an inside, more an inside. He likes to, you know.
Yeah. Oh, and that is a amazing comeback by Potts.
Yeah, that's some pedigree right there. Just shows some composure and says, "Nah, not today, pal. I'll just whip one past you."
You know, with the batter, and we're talking about a world-class batter here, ladies and gentlemen. He was 3 balls and no strikes down with a runner at 1 in a game that is super tight in the 6th innings. So that is how you handle pressure, ladies and gentlemen.
Pressure makes diamonds.
It does.
Apparently.
It does. It also makes coal.
Well, there could be a barbecue later on if that's the case.
This one's launched high.
It's got to travel to
goes
get out.
Back towards the soccer field.
Oh, wow-wee. Someone almost had a right on the bonce.
It came down there, didn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was going further back than that.
Almost hit
I know, right?
Damien Collins, unfortunately. Perish the thought. That would have been a ding-dong battle for sure. He'd be seeing all sorts of things swirl around his head, Looney Tunes style.
Potts it is who rears back once again. This time it's Horhep and Monk, who always looks very relaxed until he launches into action. That runner is still out there. They have changed the runner.
Yep.
Put in the DR. I presume that's Gabe Wharepuri.
I know Gabe when I see him. He's quick. He's looking itchy out there. Keeping him honest.
Cam Watts.
Had a good swipe. It almost took his face off.
Yep. Cameron Watts, you're not going to bloom in...
That'll learn him.
Yep.
Boof.
You're not going to pull the wool over his eyes. He's too smart a catcher for that.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Maybe when are we going to see a steal? You need to push it. You need to make something happen.
Oh, that's the pitch. That's the one. But he just blitzed it past him.
2 down. You got a runner at 1. You need that runner in a scoring position. You're going to rely on the batter to hit it.
Yep.
Or you're going to rely on your pitcher to do the job.
Oh.
Yeah, the steal was on this time. We
Yep.
knew it was coming. Got a big hop out of the blocks. Did Wharepori there. He was on his way. Excitement aplenty here. This game is on a knife edge right here.
Oh, tipped it off. It's a battle.
We got the battle. It's officially a battle. Hohepa Monk versus Liam Potts. Both of them going to work.
Yeah. Sox versus Sox.
Yep.
Lee Rudolph there in shot, the assistant coach. Great guy. Could probably be putting on a uniform himself if he wanted. He's a very good ball player.
Yeah, well, this is, the coaches have not really had an opportunity to inject themselves into the game without the bodies on the diamond,
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
And both teams are blessed with experience in the coaching. You've got Callum Ryan and Lee Rudolph there for North Harbour. Potts' expression hasn't changed throughout the ball game. This could be the first pitch.
Oh.
And he gets the job done and wins the battle. My word, he has shown some real fortitude to keep the North Harbour batting line up at bay. But at bay they are. We're going to head now into the 7th inning. Still no score in the ball game. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Fraser Ballpark, Sorensen Field. It is for the National Fastpitch Championship. North Harbour taking on Canterbury. We're into the 7th innings, the final innings of the game, and unbelievably, it is still no score in this ball game. Both pitchers have had the game faces on for this ball game and have pitched extremely good games. It'll be one of those games, Matt, I think, where you really want to set the tone for your whole tournament.
Well, I'll be a bit hacked off, to be honest, if we get to Sunday and this ends up being the game of the tournament. The bar has been set very high.
It has, absolutely. The quality on display.
Yeah.
And, both teams have backed up ably in the field. We've seen North Harbour in particular. We see one go very high. Seth Gibson, make sure everybody gets out of the way.
They get me in right field, he'd still want to catch it. He's that good.
Yeah. Takes the out, but we saw extremely athletic plays by first Brock Attawell, second base, and then Seth Gibson himself, just to back up their pitcher, and that gives them an enormous amount of confidence.
Now, who we got up to bat here? Got Jackson Watt. Now, wind the clock back moments ago, he put an absolute laser beam out to centre field, stand-up double. So, yeah, just, probably a bit cautious around this guy. He's gotten onto it.
you go back to that hit, and the centre fielder did get a glove on that, and I thought it might have been hit good enough to make it over the fence.
Yeah, it was just a flat shot.
Yeah, flat and hard. So this game's had several moments, and a lot of sport comes down to moments that have been pivotal to where we are
who wants
right
to
now.
take him, you know?
Exactly.
Cautious. He's been cautious around Jacko.
Probably not the first pitcher in the world to be cautious around Jackson Watt. Two balls, no
smiling
strike.
assassin.
Yeah, yeah.
Walked him.
Base on balls to Hutt.
That's an interesting one. So Jackson Watt and Canterbury now managed to do what North Harbour did, and that's get a runner on one with just one down. They brought the DR out. Grayson keeper.
I'm surprised they're not leaving Jackson Watt out there to steal. He's got wheels, that guy.
He's got wheels, but he's
18
also
wheels.
got mass. Yes.
Danger man now. Another dangerous batter.
I think we need the wheels of a guy like Keeper, because this is the coach's opportunity to shine right here. They get to make the decisions on stealing, not stealing, bunting, sacrificing, all sorts of things.
You got to take that double play option out of the equation. You know, you have to get to. We have to have someone to get there. So he's ready to rock and roll by the looks of it.
So this is the top of the innings. A run scored now will be make the bottom of the innings very interesting.
It's up.
It's a high fly into shallow centre field. He's coming in to take it, and there's no chance for the runner.
Yeah.
Who could have tagged up there, didn't tag up.
Now batting, number 19.
Notice Damien Collins is walking around with a clipboard, but there's nothing on it. I don't know what he's trying to play at, but yeah, interesting tactic.
Number 19, Bailey Hamilton, who is another of the Canterbury batters who can launch one. He's in as the designated player. Comes in the 5 spot. Definitely a powerful hitter in his own right.
Oh, wow.
That took the knees right out, didn't it? Beautiful spot on the low riser. No balls, 2 strikes. And we've got Pitterona out there with a similar game face to Liam Potts. Just no expression whatsoever. Hits exactly the same spot, and why wouldn't you for the 3rd out here in the 7th innings? And we go to the bottom of the 7th, ladies and gentlemen, with still no score in this ball game. And it is Canterbury and it's North Harbour with an opportunity to take it out right here. We'll see what happens when they come back.
When the radio's on and the sound's hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it has been an absolutely tight and exciting and tense and all of those words that describe a game that is still nil-all into the bottom of the 7th innings.
Would you say it's a ding-dong battle?
Oh, it's definitely that. We actually got it in the right context this time. It's an all-in ding-dong battle between two very, very good teams.
Yeah, the pressure is on here. Harbour can can get away with, I wouldn't say murder. They've left a few guys on base. They've had a few opportunities. Obviously, early on, they had loaded bases. Now, man, they just need to manufacture a run here, a team run. They've got a great part of the order coming up.
Well, Harbour, in the first innings, we saw them load the diamond. Since then, there hasn't been a runner past two of either team.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just been that sort of battle.
No, he's pretty much, no free rides at all. So, yeah, it's just, I mean, that first innings was just Potts getting his rhythm in.
Absolutely, yeah.
And once he did it, it was no down, loaded bases, and he said, nah, sorry.
Yep. Well, it's Caleb Rona got himself out there. Seth Gibson got himself out there. Pitterona loaded up. And then it was strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. So it was not a bad way to come back.
Yeah.
Pulls the strings on this one, and it is Hugh Davies who heads back to the dugout for the first out. And yet another strikeout.
Brock coming into bat now. He got picked up for the Black Sox in that Skins tournament in Australia, and he batted phenomenally. And he also was one of the contributors in the Vic Guth win for the Northcote, sticking one line straight over the fence, similar to Jackson Watts' one, but hit the outfielder's glove, just went straight over.
Oh, yeah.
So he's definitely got his eye in, but, you know, Potts, it's just...
He's got the finger on the pulse.
I think he's going to have to make a mistake for something to happen.
Yeah. Brock Atiawa, he's probably been a Black Sox in waiting for a number of years.
Yeah.
He's very much a quality player, very much a committed softballer, gives back at all levels of the game. Coaching and that.
Pretty much always at the Diamonds in some form, whether he's doing the ground work or if he's playing or coaching or, you know.
And even at his young age, has an eye on the development of players even younger than him.
Yeah.
So, you know, very much the sort of guy we need to foster throughout our sport.
I mean, he hasn't never been able to have time to get a haircut. You know what I mean?
Hence the name that Chopper gave him is Fabio.
This
time he's taken it out to right field fence. And it has gone over. And there we go, North Harbour.
Unbelievable.
Open it up and score a solo home run to Brock Atiawa. And it is North Harbour that'll win this ball game by 1-0. One of the high-quality ball games that we have seen. And Matt, you just wouldn't have gone for an opening game in the tournament for our broadcast. I mean, how good was that?
Oh, man, you couldn't hope for any better.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Chopper walking around the outfield. He could have caught that one.
Yeah. Man. Heartbreak Hotel for Canterbury.
Yeah, heartbreak. You don't win the tournament in the first game, though, for both teams.
Unless the rest is rained off.
Canterbury have come back from this sort of adversity many times, but both teams, Matt, contributed to a high-quality affair, and ultimately it was one swing of the bat that won it, and that ball landed about 2 metres away from Chopper, who didn't even see it coming.
He's a big target, though. Yeah. Lucky he didn't hit the new Jumbotron. I'd be very upset.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. That's our coverage for this ball game. We'll be back very shortly for the 1 o'clock ball game. I'm sorry I haven't got the teams for that one, but it will be extremely exciting. So for myself and the rest of the crew, Matt Jordan, my colour commentator, and Adrian Royal and Corey Stickle, the switchers in this one, Chopper, and all our camera operators. I want to thank you for watching that one. But don't go anywhere, because Beyond the Ballpark Broadcasting is going to come back very shortly with more action from Sorensen Field. Thank you very much and goodbye.